Los Angeles, the glamorous city of cinema and neon lights, hides a ruthless underworld beneath its glittering surface. From Ardizzone and Dragna to the Colombo, Gambino, and Chicago outfit, every family left behind a legacy of power, violence, and dark secrets. Los Angeles, the paradise of cinema, neon lights, and Hollywood dreams. Yet beneath its glittering surface lies a dark underworld where power is determined by blood and silence. This city is not only the destination of dreamers, but also the secret battlefield of America's most notorious mafia families. Since the early 20th century, Los Angeles has been the golden prize coveted by organized crime. The local mafia family, first led by Joseph Ardizzone and later Jack Dragna, quickly built their empire through bootlegging, loan sharking, and gambling. But they were not alone. When New York established the five families, the Colombo, Gambino, Genovese, and even the Chicago outfit all turned their eyes westward, toward Hollywood, the ports, and Las Vegas, where unimaginable fortunes could be made. Each mafia family left its own signature mark. Some used brute force to dominate the entertainment industry, others manipulated unions and waterfronts to launder money, while others forged alliances with South American cartels to flood the U.S. with narcotics. Yet they all followed the same ruthless cycle, rising to power through prohibition, expanding through blood and influence, and then collapsing under the weight of FBI crackdowns and internal betrayal. And even though many of these empires have long since fallen, the ghost of the mafia still lingers, hidden in the shadows of Los Angeles, whispering a haunting question. Has the City of Angels ever truly escaped the grip of organized crime? Los Angeles is not just a city of dazzling lights. It is a gold mine that has lured criminals for generations. Since the Prohibition era, this place became a paradise of profits for those willing to take risks. The mafia families saw in Los Angeles not just barrels of bootleg liquor or gambling tables, but an entire entertainment industry, strategic ports, and the booming city of Las Vegas only hours away, each one a doorway to control and endless wealth. Powerful organizations from New York and Chicago wasted no time in extending their reach westward. They forged alliances with local families, carved up territories, and etched their names in the city's underworld history with blood. Prohibition was only the beginning. Soon after came Hollywood, where actors, producers, and record companies became easy prey. Then the unions and the ports, economic giants manipulated through bribery, violence, and silence. And when Las Vegas exploded into life, casino skimming became the river of cash that fueled mafia empires on both coasts. But behind all the glamour lies an unbreakable rule. The higher the rise, the more violent the fall. The FBI, undercover agents, and traitors within their own ranks became ticking time bombs that tore empires apart. Yet the most chilling truth is this: the mafia never truly dies. It retreats, adapts, and then resurfaces in new forms, silent, hidden, and far more dangerous than ever before. In the underworld, power never stands still. It flows like a hidden river, sometimes raging violently, sometimes deceptively calm, always ready to sweep everything away. This is the rhythm of the mafia in Los Angeles, a symphony of blood, money, and silence. Whenever one crime family falls, another emerges to take its place, writing new pages in the history of violence. And to guide the audience through this journey, only one promise is needed. Up next, the story will grow darker, more dangerous. Those simple transitions are more than mere words. They are taut strings of tension. They pull us from Los Angeles to New York, from the ports to the casinos, from glittering Hollywood to streets stained with blood. Each mafia family is like a chapter, opening with ambition, erupting in wars for dominance, and closing with bodies on the ground and the cold snap of handcuffs. Yet the story never truly ends. Up next, another force rises, proving that darkness never surrenders to the light. Even today, though many names have been buried by time, though the FBI has launched wave after wave of crackdowns, people still believe that the threads of the mafia have never been severed. No longer flaunting their power through loud violence, they have chosen to hide in the shadows, subtle, calculated, and more dangerous than ever before. Los Angeles may still shine under the bright lights of Hollywood, but beneath that glow, an underworld continues to breathe. A world where every name, from Dragna to Colombo, from Gambino to the outfit, is but another note in the endless symphony of organized crime. And the haunting question remains: Who will be the next to step out of the shadows? Los Angeles has never been just a city of cinema. For the Mafia, it was a gold mine, gifted by both nature and man. When Prohibition erupted, streams of bootleg liquor poured into the city, generating immense profits. But alcohol was only the beginning. The Port of Los Angeles, America's gateway to the Pacific, offered fertile ground for smuggling and shipping rackets. Hollywood provided the chance to manipulate studio bosses, artists, and the entertainment industry itself. And only a few hours away, Las Vegas opened the door to casinos, where cash flowed endlessly each night, turning skimming into a money-printing machine for both East and West Coast mobs. Every Mafia family saw Los Angeles as irresistible prey. The Gambinos sought to dominate the docks, the Genovese infiltrated Hollywood and the music business, the Chicago outfit siphoned millions from casinos, and the Colombo family used brute force to carve into the entertainment world. None could resist, because LA was the perfect stage where money, power, and blood collided. But the cruel law of the underworld is this: every peak hides the shadow of collapse. When a mafia empire reached its height, the FBI's investigations and betrayal from within struck like daggers. Mass arrests, undercover agents, and turncoats signing deals with the government each became a spark that ignited the downfall of powerful families. Yet the most chilling truth remains: the mafia never truly disappears. It only changes its shape, retreating into the shadows, abandoning noisy shootouts for more refined tactics. Today, it may hide behind front companies, manipulate money flows through underground networks, or even slip quietly into the digital world. Los Angeles still glows under Hollywood's bright lights, but the darkness has never left. It only waits for the right moment to return. Each mafia family in Los Angeles is like a fragment of a vast underground puzzle. From Dragna to Columbo, from Gambino to Genovese, and even names that seem distant, like the Chicago outfit, the Detroit partnership, the Bonanos, or the Traficantes, all left their footprints on the City of Angels. Each family carried its own signature. Some used violence to intimidate Hollywood stars, others manipulated unions and the docks. Some perfected casino skimming in Las Vegas, while others quietly funneled narcotics from South America onto Los Angeles streets. What makes the story truly chilling is not just the public assassinations or multi-million-dollar schemes, but the silent cooperation between families, a hidden network stretching from New York to California, from Canada down to Mexico. Whispers say that whenever one boss falls, others rush in instantly, leaving no vacuum behind. There is no real ending, only replacement. Yet the higher they climb, the harsher the price. The FBI launched massive operations, planting undercover agents, running decades-long trials, and bringing families to their knees. But the most unsettling truth is this: the mafia never dies. It transforms, erasing its tracks, only to return in a new form, more refined, more secretive, and more unpredictable than ever. Today, Los Angeles still shines with Hollywood's glamour, and Las Vegas still blazes with neon light. But beneath it all lingers a haunting question: how much of that brilliance is still fueled by the invisible hand of the mafia? And who truly pulls the strings of this game as the shadows wait patiently for the perfect moment to rise once again? Each mafia family in Los Angeles is like a fragment of a vast underground puzzle. From Dragna to Columbo, from Gambino to Genovese, and even names that seem distant like the Chicago outfit, the Detroit partnership, the Bonanos, or the Traficantes, all left their footprints on the City of Angels. Each family carried its own signature. Some used violence to intimidate Hollywood stars, others manipulated unions in the docks, some perfected casino skimming in Las Vegas, while others quietly funneled narcotics from South America onto Los Angeles streets. What makes the story truly chilling is not just the public assassinations or multi-million-dollar schemes, but the silent cooperation between families, a hidden network stretching from New York to California, from Canada down to Mexico. Whispers say that whenever one boss falls, others rush in instantly, leaving no vacuum behind. There is no real ending, only replacement. Yet the higher they climb, the harsher the price. The FBI launched massive operations, planting undercover agents, running decades-long trials, and bringing families to their knees. But the most unsettling truth is this: the mafia never dies. It transforms, erasing its tracks, only to return in a new form, more refined, more secretive, and more unpredictable than ever. Today, Los Angeles still shines with Hollywood's glamour, and Las Vegas still blazes with neon light. But beneath it all lingers a haunting question. How much of that brilliance is still fueled by the invisible hand of the mafia? And who truly pulls the strings of this game, as the shadows wait patiently for the perfect moment to rise once again? Philadelphia, a city of narrow streets and red brick row houses, once experienced a rare moment of peace in the mafia world. Angelo Bruno, the boss known as the Gentle Don, ruled with a different philosophy, steering clear of narcotics, avoiding pointless wars, and focusing on traditional rackets like protection, unions, and gambling. His prudence allowed him to maintain control for more than 2 decades, turning Philadelphia into a fortress of stability while other families were drowning in bloodshed. But in 1980, everything shattered. Bruno was assassinated in his car, his death the opening gunshot of a storm. Philadelphia instantly descended into betrayal and purges as brothers turned their guns on each other in the fight for power. Meanwhile, elsewhere, another family chose the opposite path, the Bufalino crime family. Russell Bufalino, the silent spider, pulled strings that stretched across the East Coast. Almost invisible to the public eye, he was present in nearly every critical negotiation within the American mafia. Quiet, calculating, and enigmatic, Bufalino built a criminal empire that wasn't flashy, but whose reach extended into New York, Chicago, and even Hollywood. His caution became his greatest weapon, allowing the Bufalino family to endure far longer than most, like a ghost that refused to fade. Yet even shadows are not eternal. As Russell grew old and his key lieutenants were imprisoned, cracks began to appear in the Bufalino empire. Still, their survival for so long raised a haunting question. What truly kept this family from collapsing completely? Philadelphia drenched in blood after Bruno's fall, and Bufalino quietly fading into silence, 2 opposing fates, yet both pointing to the same truth. The mafia never really disappears. It only changes shape, hiding in the darkness, waiting for the day it can rise again. Montreal, a cold city, yet a blazing battlefield of the underworld. In the 1970s, while the Cotroni family reigned supreme, a new challenger emerged, Niccolo Rizzuto. Backed by the powerful Bonanno family of New York, Rizzuto was no mere dreamer of power. He was a cold-blooded strategist. The war between Rizzuto and Cotroni quickly escalated into a bloody conflict that terrorized Montreal. But with every bullet and every death, Rizzuto moved closer to his goal. By the mid-1980s, he had completely overthrown the Cotronis, establishing a new dynasty for Canada's underworld. His ambitions did not stop at Montreal. Rizzuto expanded across borders, forging alliances with Colombian and Venezuelan cartels, turning Canada and the US into massive drug corridors. Cocaine and heroin flowed from Montreal into New York, Los Angeles, and beyond, creating an empire that was not only powerful but nearly untouchable. The fusion of Italian mafia traditions with South American cartel firepower transformed the Rizzuto family into a transnational force.